This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. Well, I don't know where to start really. This is Eubank Jr versus Benn, press conference 2, part of the press tour. I mean, I wasn't at the one on Tuesday. I was obviously watching it unfold live on DAZN. I mean, what was going on through your head when, I mean, from the face off onwards? Actually, the press conference onwards.
I was going to say, yeah. Well, do you know what? It, like, being honest, it was even before that. I was there from 3 o'clock where the fight started to arrive, and it was palpable in the air, the tension. You could see the interactions. Obviously, Conor arrived considerably earlier than Chris did. And yeah, it was wild. But no, look, I mean, obviously I was there 2.5 years ago when the original fight was due to go, and it was personally really lovely to see it finally come to life, and in the way that it did. I mean, it's blockbuster, isn't it? I mean, you've been doing this for years. Don't get much, but I'm disappointed for you that you missed it, mate. All the ones that you've been doing over the years. But no, I was buzzing. I was sitting there, and look, I think there's a lot that went on at the presser that can be, rightfully should be looked at, and the security of the fighters and all that stuff. But removing that for 1 sec, as a boxing fan, I was excited, I must say.
I mean, listen to Eddie Hearn's comments afterwards, and he's almost kind of just said, look, use the terms, all bets are off, and it's on site, and all these kind of things. Yeah. I mean, in terms of what we've seen in press conferences before, water being chucked, tables being thrown, yeah. I mean, how bad was it on that scale? I don't know. It's probably in comparison to all those as well.
Well, I suppose, were you there at the Derek table?
Yeah,
I mean, that was before I actually worked in boxing, but as a fan, I remember watching that. Who knows? Like, I'm not the one to say what's worse. Obviously any kind of physical contact on a fighter is not ideal. Certainly from a broadcaster perspective, I'm going to have to be professional here and say that we want the fight to happen, of course, what we've been through. So I'd rather we kept it. I like the spice, but if we kept it a little bit cleaner, that would be great. But look, it's gone from being huge to astronomical in the space of however long that slap was.
48 hours ago, shall we say?
Yeah, exactly. And I've seen Eddie put some stuff out about early trends for ticket sales. I didn't know there were 130,000 Tottenham fans personally, but I think it's going to be massive. And in terms of the interaction, let's hope that from today, I mean, there will obviously be procedures put in place to ensure that they're kept apart. But as a fan, that's what you want to see. You want to see passion. You want to see it mean something. You want to see, I think it demonstrated their personalities encapsulated. I mean, you know the guys better than I do, but Conor is raw energy, heart and sleeve, all edge. I thought it was a bit. I've watched Chris for a long time, and I was surprised by him doing that. Not the way he operated during the presser, but the interaction. I haven't seen that from him before. But it was good. It was good. Let's just hope that from here it's a little bit more, no pun intended, a bit more savoury.
Can you answer both these in one? After what happened on Tuesday, was there a doubt that this press conference would go ahead today in London? One, and also how did what happened on Tuesday affect kind of what you were meant to be doing with the guys yesterday?
Well, sorry, did you say should or could?
No, how did it affect it? Yeah.
Oh well, yesterday affected it quite considerably. To be completely frank with you, we had a big part of our promotional output is the face-offs that are kind of adjudicated by Ade. We had that planned. That couldn't go ahead yesterday for obvious reasons. So that kind of scrambled our plans. I was on the phone from 11 o'clock after the presser on Tuesday night on the train back, but the teams did a really good job to pivot. We've got a plan B and a solve, which fans will see soon, which is going to be really good. I mean, I know from speaking to the teams who were there yesterday, we still got gold. I mean, their personalities individually as well as collectively. And should today go ahead, it absolutely should go ahead. This is a huge moment, and there's been an incredible amount of planning from a lot of people going into this, so it should be going ahead, as should the appropriate plans be put in place to make sure that it's a little bit less tasty and risky, I suppose is the word.
Alfie, whose decision is that then ultimately, like the face-off didn't happen yesterday, that you guys had planned whatever you'd planned? Ultimately, does that come from the zone matchroom? Who decide, or boxer, who decides that actually it's not a good idea 24 hours after for these guys to be in a room? Who decides that?
Well, it's not the zones. We as always do take guidance from the promoters, and obviously matchroom have incredible experience. They've been in these scenarios, maybe not quite like this at this scale, too many times before, but they've been here before. We've had to do this many times before, right, where we've had to pivot away from original plans and change them. But ultimately, it's the promoters in conjunction with the board, etc. It's not a broadcaster point of view. We are here, and certainly me and my team are here to like pivot very quickly and think, okay, well, that can't happen. That is what it is. It's done. What can we do to still adequately portray the story and give fans, and again myself included, like exactly what they want to see, get underneath the skin of it, and we will get that. Maybe not quite in the traditional way that people have seen in the DAZN way, where it's like them two in the same room at the same time. But we've got a nice plan B. So yeah, it comes mainly from the promoters, with consultation with us as a broadcaster, of course, as the key broadcaster for this globally. But we let the experts conduct that.
Going from what you just mentioned there about Eddie Hearn putting on about the pre-sale and what's kind of their scoping, there could be insane numbers for tickets when they're released, etc. I mean, just by gauge that, are you expecting even from your side those numbers to be as good as whatever DAZN have done previously? This fight just seems now it's going to be peak. Yeah,
well, simple answer is yes. You know, I think it's always presented a huge opportunity for DAZN in the UK market, of course, where, you know, we've been present for a long time. We have multiple sports available on our product, but we are a boxing platform. Huge opportunity for us. And yeah, I think irregardless of the sellout, it will be a sold out arena, no doubt. A lot of people will be tuning in at home. A lot of people will be tuning in worldwide as well on DAZN. You know, I think this has transcended into wider core boxing markets. Of course, it's still going to be mainly a UK centric show, but yeah, I mean, I'm expecting huge numbers, and it's all about planning now. Now we can capture that demand and make sure that people come and watch it on the global home of boxing at DAZN. Yeah.
So for UK fans, this is part of your subscription for DAZN.
The fight.
It'll
be a pay-per-view.
It'll
be a pay-per-view.
I just didn't see the pay-per-view on the thing there. Would it on the market? That's why I asked the question. That was all.
Yeah. So at this moment in time, this phase of the promotion is very much to announce the press tour, to announce the fight. Obviously, the partnership with the game Fatal Fury is a big push at this moment in time. It will continue to be throughout. Ticket sales. Our campaign will obviously be very clearly marketed, but yeah, it will be a pay-per-view on DAZN. We'll have offers at the time. We're working on those at the moment, whether that is, you know, obviously we have our free trial functionality for those who are maybe not quite yet ready to subscribe yet, but you know, the DAZN schedule around that time is already filling out, very strong. So yeah, we're expecting huge numbers, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get into the planning of it now.
Okay, Alfie, thank you very much for your time. We'll see how this pans out today. I don't suppose any of us can kind of.
Because you always give me a good barometer.
I don't know, anyone can predict how this is going to go in about an hour and a half, so we'll see. They'll probably be civil today after the commotion of Tuesday, we'll see.
I'm glad you said that, because it definitely means they won't now. But yeah, no, it's good to talk to you, mate. Cheers, Kugan.
Alfie Sharman, thank you very much.